I found the video while looking for our tax documents. That's the part that still gets me. Not at some dramatic moment of suspicion, not during a heated argument, but on a Tuesday afternoon in March while searching through Emily's laptop for our 1099 forms. The accountant needed them by Friday, and Em had mentioned she'd saved everything in a folder labeled 2023 Taxes. Instead, I clicked on 2023 Taxes Final. The folder contained 47 video files. My hand hovered over the trackpad. Something felt wrong. Emily had been at her sister's place in Portland for the past week, helping with the new baby. Our daughter Madison was at soccer practice. The house was quiet except for the hum of the refrigerator and the distant sound of our neighbor's lawnmower. I clicked the first file. The video opened on our guest bedroom, the one we'd renovated last summer with the money from my promotion. I recognized the decorative pillows Emily had ordered from that expensive boutique downtown. The timestamp read August 14th, 2023. 6 months ago. Then I saw my wife walk into frame, laughing at something someone off camera said. She was wearing the blue sundress I'd complimented her on that morning before leaving for the medical conference in Denver. The conference where I'd spent 3 days attending panels on cardiology innovations while, apparently, back home, Emily was creating her own kind of documentation. A man followed her into the room. Tall, athletic build, wearing a polo shirt that probably cost more than my entire golf outfit. I didn't recognize him. He said something that made Emily throw her head back with that genuine laugh I hadn't heard directed at me in months, maybe years. I should have stopped watching. Any rational person would have closed the laptop, taken a breath, figured out their next move. Instead, I sat frozen as my wife of 12 years reached up and pulled this stranger closer. The video quality was sharp. Too sharp. This wasn't some accidental recording. The camera was positioned deliberately, angled to capture the entire bed. I closed it after 30 seconds and stared at the folder. 46 more files. My phone buzzed. A text from Emily. Madison's recital outfit came. Can't wait to see her in it. Love you. The casual cruelty of that heart emoji made my stomach turn. I opened another file at random. October 3rd. Different angle, same room. Same man. Emily was wearing the black yoga outfit she'd bought for her early morning workout classes. The classes she'd started attending 3 times a week back in July, always coming home refreshed and glowing, attributing it to the amazing instructor. Another file. September 19th. Our anniversary month. I'd taken her to Maestro's that week, the upscale steakhouse where we'd celebrated every major milestone. She'd seemed distracted during dinner, checking her phone repeatedly. I'd assumed it was work stress from her marketing firm. I was a cardiologist. I'd spent 15 years studying the human heart, understanding its rhythms, diagnosing its failures, but I'd completely missed the deterioration of my own marriage. The guest room. That was the detail that kept circling back. We'd renovated it specifically for when my parents visited from Michigan. My mother had stayed there just last month during Madison's 10th birthday party. She'd slept in that bed, completely unaware that her daughter-in-law had been using it as a personal recording studio for infidelity. I checked the dates on the files. The earliest was June 2nd. The most recent was February 28th, 2 weeks ago. 8 months of documentation. 8 months of my wife systematically destroying our marriage while I worked 60-hour weeks at the hospital, believing I was building a future for our family. The front door slammed. Madison's voice echoed through the hallway. "Dad! Coach says I might make starting lineup." I closed the laptop so fast I nearly cracked the screen. "That's great, sweetie," I called back, my voice sounding foreign to my own ears. "How was practice?" Madison appeared in the doorway of my office, still in her grass-stained uniform, ponytail askew, face flushed with excitement. 10 years old and still young enough to believe her parents' marriage was solid ground beneath her feet. "Really good. Can we get pizza tonight? Mom said she'd be home tomorrow and we should eat healthy tonight, but I'm starving and, Dad, are you okay?" I realized I was gripping the edge of my desk hard enough that my knuckles had gone white. "Yeah, just tired. Long day. Pizza sounds perfect." She bounded off toward her room, already calling her best friend to report the starting lineup news. I listened to her animated chatter, her pure, uncomplicated happiness, and felt something crack inside my chest. The cardiac muscle, I thought absurdly, doesn't actually break during emotional trauma. That's a myth. The stress cardiomyopathy people call broken heart syndrome is temporary, reversible. The heart continues beating regardless of psychological pain. Mine was still beating. I could feel it pounding against my ribs. I opened the laptop again. 47 files. 8 months. I needed to know the scope of this before I decided anything. That's what I told myself. The truth was, I couldn't look away. The third file I opened showed Emily and this man talking afterward. The audio was clear enough that I could hear their conversation. He mentioned his wife was out of town. His wife. That's when I started taking notes. I closed the laptop. The motion is deliberate, controlled. The same way I'd close a patient's chart after delivering bad news. My hands aren't shaking. They should be, probably. But they're steady as I push back from the desk and stand. Madison's soccer practice ends in 45 minutes. The thought arrives with perfect clarity, slotting into place like a diagnosis. I have 45 minutes before my daughter comes home asking what's for dinner, before I have to look at her face and pretend the world hasn't just restructured itself around a series of video files I wasn't supposed to find. I walk to the kitchen, pour a glass of water, drink it. The refrigerator hums its normal hum. Through the window, I can see the Thompson sprinkler system cycling on, same as it does every Tuesday at 4:30. Everything exactly as it was 20 minutes ago, except now I know my wife has been recording herself with another man in the room where my mother slept last month. My phone buzzes. Emily, again. Just finished helping Jen organize the nursery. Baby clothes are impossibly tiny. Miss you. I set the phone face down on the counter. The dry cleaning. The thought surfaces from nowhere, but once it arrives, it won't leave. I was supposed to pick up my suits today. Tuesday. I always pick them up on Tuesday, have for the past 3 years since we moved to this neighborhood. Mile High Cleaners on Alameda, the place with the hand-painted sign and the owner who remembers everyone's names. I check my watch. 4:35. They close at 6. The drive takes 12 minutes. I don't remember making the decision to go, but I'm in the car, backing out of the driveway, turning left onto Exposition. The route is automatic. Past the coffee shop where Emily and I used to meet for breakfast before Madison was born. Past the park where we had her 5th birthday party. Past all the accumulated geography of a 12-year marriage that apparently meant less than I thought. The parking lot at Mile High Cleaners is nearly empty. Just a white Lexus and a beat-up Honda Civic. Through the window, I can see Mrs. Brennan behind the counter, the owner's wife, her gray hair pulled back in its usual bun. She's talking to someone I can't see, gesturing with her hands. The bell chimes when I open the door. "Dr. Walsh!" Mrs. Brennan's face lights up with recognition. "Right on time, like always. Let me grab your suits. She disappears into the back. The other customer, a woman in yoga pants scrolling through her phone, doesn't look up. I stand there, breathing in the chemical smell of cleaning solvents and steam. The counter is cluttered with the usual detritus: a jar of mints, a stack of business cards, a small TV playing the local news on mute. Behind the register, there's a corkboard covered in pickup tickets, color-coded by day. Mrs. Brennan returns with 3 suits on hangers, each wrapped in plastic. Here we are, 2 navy, 1 charcoal. That'll be $48. I hand her my card. While she runs it, I notice the corkboard again. Pink tickets for Monday, yellow for Tuesday, blue for Wednesday. There's a logic to it, a system. Like the way Emily organized those video files by date. Actually, I hear myself say, I wanted to ask you something. Mrs. Brennan looks up, curious. Of course. My wife, Emily Walsh. Does she come in here often? Something flickers across her face. Not quite discomfort, but close. Oh, well, yes, she does. Why do you ask? What does she usually drop off? The flicker becomes definite unease now. She glances at the yoga pants woman, who's still absorbed in her phone. Dr. Walsh, I'm not sure I should. Please. The word comes out harder than I intended. Mrs. Brennan's eyes widen slightly. It's just, she picks up men's suits sometimes, she says quietly. Under your account. I assumed they were yours, but... She pauses. The sizes didn't match what we have on file for you. The floor doesn't actually tilt, but my body responds as if it has. I grip the edge of the counter. How often? I don't know exactly, maybe once a month, sometimes twice. She's wringing her hands now, clearly regretting this conversation. Look, I really shouldn't be discussing another customer's. Can you check your records? Specific dates? Dr. Walsh, please? She hesitates, then sighs and turns to her computer. Her fingers tap across the keyboard. The yoga pants woman finally looks up, sensing the tension, then quickly looks away again. Here, Mrs. Brennan says finally, turning the monitor so I can see. These are all the pickups under your account for the last year. I scan the list. My suits, my shirts, Emily's dresses. And then, highlighted in a different color, men's suits. Size 42 long. Picked up by Emily Walsh on June 14th, July 22nd, August 30th, September 19th, October 11th, November 8th, December 2nd, January 17th, February 9th. My hands find my phone without conscious thought. I pull up my calendar, scrolling back. June 14th, the Denver conference. July 22nd, the weekend Emily said she was visiting her college roommate in Boulder. August 30th, my hospital shift that ran until midnight. Every single date matches a gap in my schedule, a time I wasn't home. Dr. Walsh, Mrs. Brennan's voice sounds distant. Are you all right? I'm not all right. I'm standing in a dry cleaner's on a Tuesday afternoon in March, looking at a computer screen that's showing me a different kind of evidence than the videos. This is the infrastructure of betrayal, the logistics, the careful planning that goes into maintaining a double life. The suits, I say. My voice sounds normal, which seems impossible. The ones she picked up. Were they ever dropped off by someone else? Mrs. Brennan shakes her head. She always brought them in herself. Said they were yours, that you'd spilled something or needed them cleaned before a trip. And you believed her. It's not a question, but she answers anyway. Why wouldn't I? You're married. I thought. She stops. I'm sorry, Dr. Walsh. If I'd known. Did she pick anything up recently? More typing. Last Wednesday, 1 suit, navy, size 42 long. Last Wednesday, 5 days ago, while I was at the hospital performing an angioplasty on a 63-year-old man with 3 blocked arteries, while Emily was texting me about what to make for dinner, while our daughter was doing homework at the kitchen table, the bell chimes. Another customer entering. Mrs. Brennan straightens, professional mask sliding back into place. "I need those records," I tell her quietly. "Print it out. Every pickup, every drop-off with dates and times. I can't just, please." She looks at me for a long moment. Then she nods. "Give me a minute." The printer whirs to life behind the counter. The new customer, an elderly man in a cardigan, waits patiently, humming to himself. The yoga pants woman collects her clothes and leaves. The TV cycles through a commercial for car insurance. Mrs. Brennan hands me 3 printed pages, folded in half. "I'm very sorry, Dr. Walsh." I take the papers. Take my suits. The transaction complete, evidence collected, another piece of the puzzle sliding into place beside the video files and the calendar dates and the workout classes that never existed. "Thank you," I manage. In the car, I unfold the papers and read through them again. 9 pickups over 8 months. The last one 5 days ago. Which means the suit is probably still at his place, whoever he is. Unless Emily already returned it. Unless she's planning to pick it up while she's supposedly helping her sister in Portland. My phone buzzes. "Madison. Practice is over. Coach says I'm definitely starting Saturday. Can Alyssa come over for dinner?" I stare at the message. At the exclamation points and the uncomplicated joy of a 10-year-old who just made starting lineup. Who doesn't know that her mother is in Portland, that her father is sitting in a dry cleaner's parking lot holding evidence of infidelity, that the whole architecture of her childhood is about to collapse. "Sure," I type back. "I'll pick you up in 10 minutes. Pizza okay?" "Yes. Thank you, Dad." I start the engine. The suits hang in the back seat, wrapped in plastic, the same as every Tuesday for the past 3 years. Everything the same, everything different. I have 10 minutes to figure out how to look at my daughter's face and pretend I'm not calculating the exact dimensions of my wife's betrayal. The dry cleaning receipts sit on my passenger seat as I drive home. 9 pickups. 9 times she collected another man's suits while I thought she was grocery shopping or running errands. The clerk's voice still echoes in my head. "Oh yes, Dr. Walsh. Your wife picks up the gentlemen's suits regularly." I pull into the garage at 4:47 p.m. Emily isn't due back from Portland until tomorrow night. Madison's at a sleepover at her friend Olivia's house. Won't be home until Sunday afternoon. The house waits, empty and quiet. Inside, I spread the receipts across the kitchen island in chronological order. July 18th, August 22nd, September 19th, October 14th, November 8th, December 2nd, January 10th, February 7th, March the 6th. Each one lists the same items. Men's suit, 42L, dress shirt, 16,534. Alterations, none. I pull up my calendar on my phone. July 18th. I was at a cardiology symposium in Phoenix. August 22nd, covering the cardiac ICU for a colleague's vacation. September 19th, Madison's soccer tournament in Colorado Springs. I left early that morning. She picked them up at noon. Every single date corresponds to a gap in my schedule. My phone buzzes. Emily's name lights up the screen. "Hey, babe. Helped Jess set up the nursery today. She's exhausted but so happy. Miss you both. How's Mads?" I stare at the message. At the heart emoji she added at the end. My thumbs hover over the keyboard. I could ask her right now. Could send her a photo of these receipts. Could watch her scramble to construct another lie. Instead, I type, "Sounds great." Mads is at Olivia's. Enjoy your sister time. No emoji, no endearment, just facts. I set the phone down and walk upstairs to our bedroom, to Emily's closet. Her side is organized with the precision she applies to everything. Dresses arranged by color, shoes in clear boxes with Polaroid labels, sweaters folded on shelves with military corners. I pull open the drawer where she keeps accessories, scarves, belts, jewelry boxes. And there, tucked in the back corner beneath a cashmere scarf, I find it. A key. Not a house key, not a car key. This one has a rubber tag attached with a number written in Sharpie, 237. Storage unit. Has to be. I photograph it with my phone, then replace it exactly where I found it. The scarf folded the same way, the drawer closed to the same position. My phone rings. Not Emily this time, my mother. Hi, Mom. Daniel, I was just thinking about you. How's my favorite cardiologist? Busy, you know how it is. And Emily? Madison? I close my eyes. My mother stayed in that guest bedroom 3 weeks ago, slept in sheets that Emily probably washed specifically to erase evidence. Complimented the new pillows from that boutique. They're good. Emily's in Portland helping Jessica with the baby. Oh, that's wonderful. She's always been such a thoughtful sister. You picked a good one, Danny. The words land like punches. Yeah. Listen, Mom. I need to go. Patient call. Of course, sweetheart. Love you. Love you too. I end the call and sit on the edge of the bed. Our bed. The one we've shared for 12 years. I wonder if she thinks about him here. If she compares us. If she laughs at me the way she laughed with him in those videos. The anger hits suddenly, white-hot and clarifying. I walk back downstairs to my office and open my laptop. A quick search reveals 3 storage facilities within 5 miles of our house. I eliminate the one that doesn't use numbered units. That leaves 2 possibilities. Tomorrow is Saturday. Emily returns tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. I have her flight information from the calendar we share. Madison comes home at 2 p.m., which gives me a window. I spend the next hour making notes. Times, dates, receipts, video file names. I don't watch the videos again, once was enough, but I document their existence. Their timestamps. The dates they were created versus the dates they were last modified. She organized them. Renamed them with dates and initials I don't recognize. June 14 RB. July 23 RB. Aug 9 RB. RB. His initials, probably. My phone buzzes again. Madison this time. Dad, can Olivia come to my game on Tuesday? Her mom said, okay if you say okay. Sure, sweetie. Have fun tonight. Thanks. Love you. 3 exclamation points. She still uses exclamation points without irony, without guile. Still believes her parents love each other, that her family is solid, that the world makes sense. I set the phone down and press my palms against my eyes. The house settles around me. The refrigerator hums. Somewhere down the street, a dog barks. Normal sounds. A normal Friday evening in a normal house in a normal neighborhood where normal families live normal lives. Except nothing is normal. Hasn't been normal for 8 months, and I was too busy, too trusting, too stupid to notice. I open my email and compose a message to my practice manager. Need to take Monday and Tuesday off. Family matter. Can you reschedule my patients? Her response comes within minutes. Of course. Everything okay? Will be, I type back. I make a sandwich I don't eat. Pour a glass of water I don't drink. The kitchen clock ticks toward midnight. At 11:47 p.m., I go back upstairs and retrieve the key from Emily's drawer. I photograph the number again, making sure it's clear and legible. Then I do something I've never done before. I go through her nightstand. Beneath her reading glasses and hand lotion, I find her journal. The leather-bound one I gave her for Christmas 2 years ago. I'd never opened it before, never even considered it. Privacy seemed sacred then. Now I flip to the most recent entry. March 10th. 4 days ago. Danny texted that he has late rounds tonight. R says he can meet at 7. Need to remember to move the camera. Last angle didn't capture everything properly. Getting better at this. Almost feels like directing. My hands shake as I turn back through the pages. February 28th. Watched the January videos again. We look good together, better than I expected. Danny never watches himself, never pays attention to angles or lighting. R understands aesthetics. January 15th. The risk makes it sharper somehow. Knowing Danny could come home early, that Madison could forget something. R says his wife suspects nothing. We're both good at this. December 3rd. R picked up his suit today. The dry cleaner asked if he was my husband. I said yes. Easier than explaining. Felt like playing house. I closed the journal. My heart pounds against my ribs. That same cardiac awareness I felt yesterday. My professional knowledge mapping my own distress. She's been documenting this. Not just recording, documenting. Writing about it like it's a project, a hobby, something to refine and improve. The videos aren't accidental, they're intentional, curated. And she watches them, reviews them, critiques the angles. I replace the journal exactly as I found it and walk downstairs. Pour myself 2 fingers of the scotch we save for special occasions. Drain it in one swallow. The burn helps. At 1:23 a.m., I finally go to bed. Not in our bedroom. I can't stomach that right now. Instead, I take a pillow and blanket to the couch in my office. I don't sleep. I watch the ceiling and make plans. By the time gray light filters through the windows, I know exactly what I'm going to do. Saturday morning arrives cold and clear. I shower, dress, and leave the house by 7:30 a.m. with the key and my phone. The first storage facility is 10 minutes away. The office is closed, but the gate code works for existing customers. I try Emily's birthday, 0815. The gate slides open. Inside, rows of identical orange doors stretch in both directions. I follow the numbers. 201, 209, 215, 223, 231. 237. The key slides in smoothly. The lock clicks. The door rolls up with a metallic rattle that sounds too loud in the quiet morning. Inside, I find exactly what I expected and somehow still hoped I wouldn't. A bed. Not a cot or an air mattress. An actual bed with a frame, headboard, and expensive linens. The same boutique pillows from the guest bedroom. A nightstand with a lamp. A small camera on a tripod, positioned for optimal angles. And on the nightstand, a framed photograph. Of them. Emily and a man I don't recognize. Both smiling. His arm around her shoulders. Her hand on his chest. They look happy. Natural. Like a couple. I pick up the frame with steady hands and turn it over. Written on the back in Emily's handwriting. R&E, October 2023. Our place. Our place. I set it down carefully and pull out my phone. I photograph everything. The bed. The camera. The photograph. The entire unit from multiple angles. Then I close the door, lock it, and drive home. I have what I need now. All of it. I sit in my car outside the storage facility for 20 minutes, hands gripping the steering wheel, watching the sun sink toward the mountains. The framed photograph burns in my mind. Our place. Written in Emily's handwriting, the same looping script she uses for Madison's lunch notes. My phone buzzes. Emily. Flight landed early. Grabbing dinner with you and Mads? I stare at the heart emoji until my vision blurs. Working late. Grab something with Madison. 3 dots appear, then disappear. Then, okay, love you. I drive home on autopilot, pulling into the garage at 7:30. The house is bright, filled with the smell of takeout Thai food. Madison's backpack sprawls across the kitchen floor, cleats caked with mud beside it. Dad! She barrels into me, still in her grass-stained uniform. Mom says you have to work all night. That's so unfair. I wanted to show you my new corner kick. Tomorrow, I manage. Promise. Emily appears in the doorway, still in her travel clothes, jeans and the cream sweater I bought her for Christmas. Her hair's pulled back, face makeup free, the way she looks on lazy Sunday mornings. She smiles, tired but genuine, and crosses to kiss my cheek. You look exhausted, she says. Did you eat? At the hospital. There's pad thai if you want it. She squeezes my shoulder, then turns to Madison. Homework, kiddo. You promised before screen time. I watch them disappear upstairs, Emily's hand ruffling Madison's hair, their laughter floating back. The normalcy of it, the absolute crushing normalcy, makes my chest constrict. I don't sleep. Can't. I lie beside Emily in our bed, listening to her breathing even out, watching the ceiling fan rotate in the darkness. She shifted toward me sometime after midnight, her hand finding mine beneath the covers, fingers interlacing the way they have for 12 years. I extract my hand carefully and move to the guest room. The sheets are fresh. Emily must have changed them after her last session here. I sit on the edge of the bed where I watched her with him, where my mother slept 3 weeks ago, where Madison sometimes camps out when she has nightmares. The dry cleaning stubs are still in my pocket. I pull them out, spreading them across the nightstand. 8 receipts, 8 dates. June 14th, July 2nd, August 19th, September 7th, October 23rd, November 30th, January 11th, February 8th. I cross-reference them against my calendar. Denver Medical Conference. Weekend shift coverage. My father's birthday in Michigan. The cardiology symposium in Phoenix. Christmas with my parents. The weekend I took Madison skiing while Emily claimed a spa retreat. Every single absence accounted for and exploited. My phone glows. 3:47 a.m. I open my laptop and begin downloading the video files to an encrypted drive. All 47 of them. The progress bar crawls across the screen. 23%, 34%, 51%. At 5:15 a.m., I'm showered and dressed when Emily pads into the kitchen in her robe. You're up early, she says, starting the coffee maker. Rough night? Couldn't sleep. She crosses to me, wraps her arms around my waist from behind, chin resting on my shoulder. You're working too hard. When's your next day off? Not sure. We should plan something, just us. Madison could stay with Jenny's family for a night. Her lips brush my neck. It's been too long since we had real time together. I step away to grab my keys. I need to run an errand before work. At 5:30 in the morning? Dry cleaner opens at 6. Want to beat the rush. It's a lie so casual it surprises me. The ease of it, the way it slides out smooth and practiced. Maybe I learned from the best. Mountain View Cleaners sits in a strip mall off Colorado Boulevard, wedged between a nail salon and a tax preparation office. The same place we've used for 8 years, where Mrs. Park knows our names and always asks about Madison. I'm waiting in my car when the owner, Jim Park, unlocks the front door at 5:58 a.m. He startles when I walk in 30 seconds later. Dr. Walsh, early bird today. Need to pick up some things. I slide the receipt stubs across the counter. These orders, under my wife's name. He squints at the dates, then disappears into the back. The mechanical carousel whirs. He returns with plastic-wrapped suits on hangers, 4 of them, the most recent pickups. These are the current ones. The others were picked up already. He checks his computer. Mrs. Walsh got them. Let's see. June 16th, July 5th, August 21st, September 9th. Right. I examine the suits. Brooks Brothers, size 42 long. Charcoal gray. Navy pinstripe. Black. Camel hair. And she dropped these off when? He clicks through screens. Looks like always the day before pickup. Sometimes same day, early morning. She ever mention whose suits these were? Jim's expression shifts. Subtle, but there. The look of a man who's seen something, suspected something, kept his mouth shut because it's not his business. No, sir. But you noticed. He adjusts his glasses. Dr. Walsh. How long has your clerk been gossiping about it? His face reddens. I apologize if Stephanie said anything inappropriate. She's young. She doesn't think. I'm not angry with Stephanie. I pull out my phone, show him a screenshot of one of the videos. Just Emily's face, nothing incriminating. Do you recognize this man? I swipe to another screenshot, this one showing RB's profile as he dressed, his face partially visible. Jim's eyes widen. I think that's Mr. Bradley, Robert Bradley. He comes in sometimes, usually his wife drops off their cleaning, but he stops, understanding dawning. Oh no. Robert Bradley. He's a lawyer, downtown firm. His wife, Jennifer, they have 3 kids. I've cleaned their daughter's prom dress, their son's football uniforms. He trails off, looking genuinely distressed. Robert Bradley. RB. I need you to do something for me, I say. I'm at the hospital by 7, moving through morning rounds on autopilot. Mrs. Woods. Damn it, Mrs. Patterson, in 304 needs her medication adjusted. Mr. Thompson in 411 is responding well to the new treatment protocol. I review charts, consult with residents, perform a routine echocardiogram, all while my mind spins through calculations. Robert Bradley. Attorney. Married. 3 kids. During my lunch break, I search him online. Bradley and Associates, family law. The irony isn't lost on me. His firm photo shows a man in his early 40s, dark hair graying at the temples, expensive suit, confident smile. The same face I've now seen in 47 videos. His wife's Facebook is public. Jennifer Bradley, née Cooper. PTA president. Volunteers at their kids' school. Recent posts about their oldest daughter's college acceptances, their son's lacrosse tournament, their youngest piano recital. She has no idea. I close the browser and call Jim Park. It's done, he says quietly. I told Mrs. Walsh we can't accept any more cleaning under your account. Told her there'd been irregularities. She tried to argue, but I was firm. I'm sorry about all this, Dr. Walsh. Don't be. You did me a favor. What are you going to do? I'm not sure yet. But I am. The plan has been forming since 3:47 this morning, crystallizing with each new piece of information. I leave work at 4 and drive to a shipping store in a neighborhood where no one knows me. The package arrives from my online order. Industrial-grade itching powder, the kind used for pranks but potent enough to trigger genuine allergic reactions in sensitive individuals. Not dangerous, the reviews assured me. Just profoundly, persistently uncomfortable. The suits are still in my trunk, picked up from Jim this morning. I take them to a park bathroom, lock myself in a stall, and methodically dust the interior of each garment. Collar, armpits, lining, crotch, legs. I seal them back in their plastic wrap. At 5:30 p.m., I return to Mountain View Cleaners. Jim's gone home. Stephanie works the evening shift. She's maybe 22, scrolling her phone behind the counter. Help you? Dropping off for Emily Walsh. I hand her the suits. She'll pick them up tomorrow. Stephanie processes the order without looking up. Okay, they'll be ready after 2. I text Emily from the parking lot. Can you grab my suits from the cleaner tomorrow? Jim says they're ready. Her response comes immediately. Of course. Need them for something? Client dinner Friday. The Gray Brooks brothers. On it. I sit in my car and wait. At 6:15, Emily's Audi pulls into the lot. She emerges in her work clothes, heels clicking across the pavement. Through the window, I watch her talk to Stephanie. Watch Stephanie's expression shift from bored to confused to uncomfortable. The conversation lasts 3 minutes. Emily's gestures become animated, frustrated. Stephanie shakes her head, points to something on her computer screen. Emily's face flushes. She says something sharp. I can't hear it, but I see Stephanie flinch. Finally, Emily storms out empty-handed, phone already pressed to her ear. My phone rings. I silence it. She tries twice more, then texts. The cleaner says they can't find your suits. Something about the account being flagged? Can you call them? I wait 15 minutes before responding. Weird. I'll handle it tomorrow. Want me to go back? No, don't worry about it. 3 dots pulse, then stop. Then, okay, picking up dinner. Home by 7. I drive to a coffee shop and order something I don't drink, just sitting with my laptop until the sky darkens. The encrypted drive holds all 47 videos now. I upload copies to 3 separate cloud accounts. Email one set to my personal attorney with instructions not to open unless I specifically request it. Then I start a new document and begin typing everything I know. Dates, times, the storage unit address, the dry cleaning records, Robert Bradley's name and firm, the journal entries. Every detail methodically cataloged. At 8:30, Emily texts, "Where are you?" Madison's asking. Still at hospital, don't wait up. You're scaring me. Is everything okay? Fine, just busy. I close my laptop and sit in the coffee shop until they announce closing time at 10. When I finally pull into our driveway, every light in the house is off except Madison's nightlight, glowing soft and yellow through her bedroom window. Emily's asleep when I slip into bed at 10:47, or pretending to be. I lie in the darkness and wait for tomorrow when Robert Bradley will put on his freshly cleaned suit and begin to itch. The text comes through at 11:47 a.m. on Thursday. Robert, something's wrong. Itching like crazy. Had to leave court. Call me. I'm in my office between patients when Emily's message to Bradley appears in the cloud backup I've been monitoring. She's panicking. 3 more messages follow in rapid succession, each more frantic than the last. I set the phone face down and finish my notes on Mrs. Patterson's echocardiogram. My hand is steady. The itching powder, industrial-grade fiberglass particles actually, not the novelty store variety, takes about 4 hours of body heat to fully activate. Bradley picked up his suits yesterday at 3:15 p.m. Emily signed for them using her own name, same as always. The clerk, Janet, made sure to timestamp the receipt. Another text. Please answer. He's at urgent care. They're asking about chemical exposure. I prescribed Mrs. Patterson a beta blocker and moved to the next file. By 2 p.m., my phone is vibrating constantly. Emily's calling now, not texting. I silence it and see 6 missed calls. The cloud backup shows she's also tried Bradley 4 times. His phone is off, probably confiscated by the urgent care staff documenting his reaction. I don't call back until 4:30, after my last patient. I'm in the parking garage, engine running. Daniel, thank God. Emily's voice is ragged. Something happened with the dry cleaning. Robert's having some kind of allergic reaction and… Who's Robert? Silence. Just the hum of her breathing and background noise I can't identify. The dry cleaning? I keep my tone mildly curious. What are you talking about? She stops. Recalibrates. A friend. I was helping him out, picking up his suits while his wife was traveling. It's complicated, but… You pick up dry cleaning for friends now? I let that sit. That's new. Daniel, please, this is serious. He's covered in hives and they're talking about admitting him. The doctor thinks something contaminated the fabric and… Why would they think it's contaminated? Because it's only the clothes I picked up yesterday. Nothing else. And the dry cleaner is saying they didn't do anything wrong, that the suits were fine when they handed them over, and Robert's threatening to sue them, but maybe he should sue whoever dropped off the suits. I watch a BMW pull into a space 3 rows over. Seems like that's where the contamination would have happened. Chain of custody and all that? Another pause. Longer this time. What do you mean? I mean, if someone wanted to mess with this Robert person, they'd do it before the suits went to the cleaner. Not after. I shift into reverse. But that's assuming someone had access to his suits and knew which dry cleaner he used and had a reason to want him covered in hives. The silence stretches so long I think she's hung up. I have to go, she finally says. Madison needs pickup from practice. I'll get her. You sound busy with your friend's medical emergency. I end the call before she can respond. Madison is jubilant in the car. She made starting lineup. Coach announced it today, and she's already texted 6 people, including Emily's mother in Phoenix and my parents in Michigan. I let her chatter, making the appropriate responses while my mind catalogs the afternoon's developments. Emily will be scrambling now, trying to figure out how much I know, whether the itching powder was random vandalism or targeted, whether she should come clean or double down on the friend story. She's probably calling Bradley's wife Jennifer, coordinating stories, making sure their alibis align. Except I already called Jennifer. This morning, actually. At 9 a.m. from a blocked number. Told her I was a paralegal at Bradley's firm, that there was confusion about his health insurance coverage, that we needed to verify dependent information. She was pleasant, efficient, confirmed their 3 children's names and birth dates. Mentioned Robert was in court all day, wouldn't be reachable. He's been working such long hours lately, she said. I keep telling him he needs to slow down. I thanked her and hung up. Now I have her personal cell number, saved under Jennifer Bradley, family law attorney's wife, in my contacts. I haven't decided what to do with it yet. At home, Madison disappears into her room to video chat with teammates. Emily arrives 20 minutes later, face flushed, movements jerky. She drops her purse on the kitchen counter and immediately starts unloading the dishwasher, even though it's not clean yet. How's your friend? I'm chopping vegetables for dinner. Carrots, celery, onions. The knife is German, expensive, perfectly balanced. Better, they gave him antihistamines. She's staring into the dishwasher like it contains classified documents. Turns out he's allergic to something the dry cleaner used. New detergent or something. I scrape the vegetables into a pan. Lucky you were helping him out. Otherwise, his wife would have had to deal with it. Right. She closes the dishwasher without taking anything out. Actually, I should probably stop doing that. The favor thing, it's gotten complicated. Probably smart. We move around each other in the kitchen with practiced efficiency. 12 years of marriage creates muscle memory. She sets the table while I cook. We discuss Madison's starting lineup position, her math homework, whether we need to buy new cleats. The conversation is perfectly normal. Emily doesn't eat much dinner. Friday morning, Janet from the dry cleaner calls my cell. Mr. Walsh, this is Janet from Prestige Cleaners. I wanted to give you a heads up. Your wife came in yesterday afternoon, pretty upset. She was asking about the suit she picked up, whether we'd noticed anything unusual. I'm in the physician's lounge, coffee in hand. What did you tell her? Exactly what you said. That the suits were fine when we handed them over. That if there was contamination, it happened before they came to us. She pauses. She asked to see the security footage. And? Mr. Hoffman denied the request. Said it was company policy, liability issues. But between you and me? She looked scared. Really scared. Thanks for letting me know. There's one more thing. Janet's voice drops. The man whose suits they were, Robert Bradley, he came in this morning, threatened to sue us, shut us down, the whole 9 yards. Mr. Hoffman banned him from the store. Said if he wants to pursue legal action, he can do it through his lawyer, but he's not welcome on the premises. How did Bradley react? Turned purple. Started yelling about defamation and loss of business. Mr. Hoffman just stood there until Bradley left. She laughs, short and sharp. Then Mr. Hoffman called his own lawyer. Turns out Bradley has a reputation. 3 other businesses in Denver have restraining orders against him for harassment. I file this information away. I appreciate the update. Mr. Walsh? Janet hesitates. I don't know what's going on, and I don't need to know. But whatever that man did to deserve this, I hope it was worth it. I end the call and finish my coffee. The real move comes Saturday afternoon. Emily takes Madison to a birthday party at 2 p.m. They'll be gone for 3 hours minimum. I wait until their car disappears around the corner, then drive to the FedEx store on Colfax. Inside the manila envelope, a flash drive containing 10 video files. Not all 47, just 10. Carefully selected to show the progression of the affair. June through February. The guest bedroom clearly visible in each frame, including the distinctive wallpaper Emily chose last spring. The envelope is addressed to Jennifer Bradley at her law office. No return address. Inside, a single typed note. Your husband has been using our guest bedroom while I travel for work. My wife has been documenting it. I thought you should know before the divorce papers arrive. I'm sorry. No signature, no identifying information. I pay cash for overnight delivery. The clerk doesn't look at me twice. In the car, I sit for a moment before starting the engine. Jennifer Bradley will open that envelope Monday morning. She'll watch maybe 30 seconds of the first video before she understands. Then she'll call her own lawyer, probably not her husband, given that he specializes in family law and just became a liability. By Monday afternoon, Bradley will have 2 problems: a wife filing for divorce with video evidence and a dry cleaner's owner with documentation of his harassment. His firm will distance themselves. His clients will request new counsel. Emily will realize the itching powder wasn't random, that someone knows, that the walls are closing in. But she still won't know how much I know, or what I'm planning next. I start the engine and drive home. Madison's soccer uniform needs washing, and I promise to help her practice penalty kicks before dinner. The guest bedroom door stays closed. The Saturday morning light filters through our bedroom curtains, and Emily's still asleep beside me, her breathing deep and even. I've been awake since 5, watching the ceiling fan rotate, counting down the hours until Monday morning when Jennifer Bradley opens her front door to find a package that will detonate both our lives. 43 hours. My phone buzzes on the nightstand. A text from Greg, my attorney. Package confirmed delivered to shipping center. Monday, 9 a.m. delivery window. All backups secure. I delete the message and slip out of bed. Downstairs, Madison's already at the kitchen table in her soccer uniform, inhaling cereal while scrolling through something on her tablet. She doesn't look up when I pour coffee. Morning, sweetheart. Morning. She spoons another mouthful. Can Alyssa come over after practice? Her mom said it's okay if you say yes. Sure, I'll text her mom. Emily appears in the doorway, hair pulled back, wearing yoga pants and one of my old Michigan sweatshirts. She looks soft, approachable, domestic. The woman who organized 47 videos by date and kept a journal critiquing her own performance. Coffee? I ask. Please. She kisses my cheek and I don't flinch. I've had practice now. What time's Madison's game? 10:30, home field. Perfect. I'll shower after breakfast. She pours granola into a bowl, adds almond milk. Oh, I need to pick up your suits from Prestige today. The ticket's in my purse. The dry cleaner's name hits like a physical thing. I take a slow sip of coffee, letting the heat ground me. Actually, I say, keeping my voice level, I need to run by there myself. Drop off a few more things. Emily glances up. I can do it. I'm already going. I know, but I want to talk to them about the starch level. Last batch was too heavy. It's a nothing detail, the kind of mundane marital exchange we've had 1,000 times. She shrugs and returns to her granola. Suit yourself, pun intended. Madison giggles. Emily smiles at her, genuine warmth in her eyes. The same woman who wrote in her journal. D leaves for Denver Tuesday. 3 full days. R says he can get away Wednesday night. Told J he has a deposition in Boulder. Our room, finally. I finish my coffee and rinse the mug. Prestige Cleaners sits in a strip mall on Colorado Boulevard, wedged between a nail salon and a Vietnamese restaurant. I've been coming here for 6 years. The owner, Tom Nguyen, knows my rotation. 3 suits a week, light starch, ready by Saturday. The bell chimes when I enter. Tom's at the counter, but it's the younger clerk who looks up first. Ashley. Early 20s, blonde ponytail, always chewing gum. She's the one I overheard 2 weeks ago, gossiping with another customer about that lady who picks up men's suits all the time, different sizes, always says they're for her husband, but like, how many husbands does she have? I hadn't thought much of it then. Just background noise while I waited. Now I know exactly which lady she meant. Dr. Walsh, Tom comes around the counter, hand extended. Right on time, I have your 3 suits ready. Actually, Tom, I need to talk to you about something. Privately. His smile falters slightly. Ashley's gum-chewing slows. We step into the back room, where the industrial presses hiss and steam rises in clouds. The chemical smell of cleaning solvents is overwhelming. Is there a problem with the service? Tom asks. Not with my service. I pull out my phone, open the photos I took of the dry cleaning receipts I found in Emily's drawer. These are all tickets under my account, but I didn't drop off or pick up any of these items. Tom takes the phone, scrolling through the images. His expression shifts from confusion to understanding to something like embarrassment. These are, yes, these are men's suits. Size 42 long. Your wife picked these up. She said they were yours, that you'd gained weight, needed alterations. I wear a 40 regular. I've worn a 40 regular for 15 years. The silence stretches between us, punctuated only by the press machines. Tom, I need copies of every transaction under my account for the past year. Every ticket, every item, every pickup date and time. He doesn't ask why. He's a small business owner who's seen enough of human nature to know when not to ask questions. I'll print them now. 20 minutes later, I'm sitting in my car with a manila folder containing 32 receipts. Each one documents Emily picking up men's suits. Size 42 long, various colors, always expensive fabrics. The dates align perfectly with my absences. The Denver Medical Conference, a weekend cardiology symposium in Phoenix. The Thursday. I covered an emergency overnight shift. She was systematic, careful. She picked up Bradley's suits when she knew I wouldn't be here, when there was no risk of overlap. But she made one mistake. She used my account. My name. My credit card on file for the charges. I photograph every receipt, upload them to the encrypted folder Greg set up. Then I pull out the last item from my jacket pocket. A small envelope containing the itching powder I didn't use on all of Bradley's suits. I saved some. There's one suit still hanging in the shop. I saw it when Tom and I walked through the back. A charcoal gray 3-piece ticket stub dated yesterday. Size 42 long. Pickup scheduled for Monday. Emily's planning to get it. Monday afternoon, probably, after the package arrives at Jennifer Bradley's house. After everything explodes. I go back inside. Tom's alone now. Ashley's on break, visible through the window at the nail salon next door. Tom, I need a favor. It's gonna sound strange, but I need you to trust me. He looks at me for a long moment. We've known each other for 6 years. I've referred patients to his wife's acupuncture practice. I gave his son advice about pre-med programs. What do you need? There's a charcoal suit in back, 42 long. Pickup scheduled for Monday under my wife's name. I need you to refuse the pickup. Tell her there was a problem with the cleaning, chemical damage, whatever. Offer a full refund, but don't give her the suit. Dr. Walsh, and I need you to ban my wife from this establishment, permanently. Tell her you're closing her account due to irregular activity. Be professional but firm. Tom's jaw tightens. This is about the suits she was picking up? Yes. For another man? Yes. He doesn't ask for details. He doesn't need them. The receipts told the story clearly enough. The suit will be unavailable Monday, he says quietly, and I'll personally handle the conversation with your wife. She won't be welcome back. I extend my hand. Thank you. His grip is firm. My wife and I have been married 32 years, Dr. Walsh. I understand what you're doing. I hope you find what you're looking for. What I'm looking for. Peace, justice, revenge? I don't know anymore. I just know that every small action, every carefully placed obstacle, feels like taking back something she stole. Control. Dignity. The narrative. Madison's team wins 3-1. She scores the second goal, a beautiful arc from midfield that catches the keeper off guard. Emily and I cheer from the sidelines like normal parents, our voices blending with dozens of others. Afterward, Alyssa comes home with us. The girls disappear into Madison's room, their laughter echoing down the hallway. Emily orders pizza. We eat at the kitchen table, discussing Madison's performance, her chances for starting lineup, whether we should sign her up for the elite training camp this summer. It's all so achingly normal. Emily's phone buzzes during dinner. She glances at it, and something flickers across her face. Concern? Confusion? She types a quick response, then sets the phone face down on the table. Everything okay? I ask. Yeah, just work thing. But her smile doesn't reach her eyes. Later, after Alyssa's mom picks her up and Madison's in bed, Emily and I sit in the living room. She's scrolling through her laptop, a different one, I notice. Not the one with the videos. She must have multiple devices. I'm going to turn in early, I say. Long week. She looks up and for a moment something vulnerable crosses her face. Daniel, are we okay? The question catches me off guard. What do you mean? I don't know. You've seemed distant lately, distracted. I could laugh. I could scream. Instead, I cross the room and kiss her forehead, the gesture automatic after 12 years. We're fine, just tired. You know how it is. She nods, but uncertainty lingers in her eyes. Upstairs, alone in the darkness, I check my phone one final time. Greg sent another message. All systems go. Monday morning, 9 a.m. 36 hours now. I close my eyes and see Jennifer Bradley's face, a woman I've never met, whose life I'm about to destroy along with my own. I see the 3 children whose father will be exposed. I see Madison, asleep down the hall, who has no idea her world is about to shatter. And I see Emily, downstairs, probably texting Bradley right now, planning their next encounter, believing she's still in control of her carefully constructed double life. Monday morning, the package arrives. Monday afternoon, Emily tries to pick up a suit that won't be there. And then everything burns. Monday morning arrives with unseasonable warmth, the kind of false spring that Denver gets in March before another snowstorm inevitably hits. I'm at the hospital by 6:30, moving through rounds with mechanical precision. Mrs. Patterson's blood pressure has stabilized. Mr. Thompson is ready for discharge. Everything proceeding according to plan. At 8:47 a.m., I'm reviewing an echocardiogram when my phone vibrates. A text from Greg. Package delivered. Signature confirmed. J. Bradley, 9:02 a.m. I set the phone down and finish my notes. The explosion, when it comes, is quieter than I expected. No frantic calls, no emergency texts, just silence stretching through the morning like a held breath. At 11:23, Emily finally texts, "Can you talk?" I wait 15 minutes before responding. "In surgery. What's up?" "Call me when you can. Important." I don't call. At 2:15 p.m., Tom Nguyen sends a brief message. She came in. Handled as discussed. She left upset. I imagine Emily standing in Prestige Cleaners, being told her account is closed, that the suit isn't available, that she's no longer welcome. The first domino falling, and she doesn't yet understand there are dozens more lined up behind it. At 3:30, I leave the hospital and drive to Madison's school. She bounces into the car, backpack dragging, face flushed from recess. "Dad, guess what? Mrs. Anderson says I can enter the science fair if I want." "That's great, sweetheart. What would you do it on?" She launches into an explanation involving volcanoes and chemical reactions, her hands gesturing wildly. I make the appropriate sounds of interest while my phone vibrates repeatedly in the cup holder. Emily calling. Once, twice, 3 times. At home, Madison spreads her homework across the kitchen table. I help her with long division, the kind of simple, concrete problem that has clear answers and predictable outcomes. Emily arrives at 5:47, and I know immediately that something has broken. Her face is pale, movements jerky. She drops her purse on the counter and goes straight to the wine cabinet, pouring a glass with shaking hands. "Rough day?" I ask. She drains half the glass before answering. You could say that. Madison looks up from her math worksheet. What's wrong, Mom? Nothing, baby, just work stress. Emily's smile is brittle. How was school? While Madison recounts her day, Emily's phone buzzes. She glances at it, and all remaining color drains from her face. She excuses herself, disappearing into our bedroom. I can hear her voice through the door, low and urgent. The words are indistinct, but the tone is unmistakable. Panic. She emerges 20 minutes later, eyes red. I need to run out. An emergency with a client presentation. Now? It's almost dinner time. I know, I'm sorry. I'll be back in an hour. She's already grabbing her keys, not meeting my eyes. Can you handle Madison? Of course. She leaves without kissing either of us goodbye. Madison returns to her homework. I make grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup, and we eat while she tells me about the science fair requirements. Normal. Everything so devastatingly normal. Emily doesn't come back in an hour. Or two. At 8:30, Madison's in bed. At 9:15, Emily finally returns. I'm in the living room reading a cardiology journal when she walks in. She looks destroyed. Makeup smudged, hair disheveled, the careful polish completely gone. We need to talk, she says. Okay. She sits on the edge of the couch, hands clasped between her knees. For a long moment, she doesn't speak. Then, how long have you known? No pretense. No lies. Just a question, direct and terrible. About Robert Bradley? I close the journal. Since March 12th, I found the videos while looking for our tax documents. She flinches like I've struck her. The videos. All 47 of them. Very well organized. Chronological order, clearly labeled. You always were meticulous. Daniel. I also found the storage unit, the one with the bed and the camera equipment. Our place, you called it. Nice touch with the framed photograph. Her face crumples. Oh God. I have copies of everything. The videos, your journal entries, the dry cleaning receipts, photographs of the storage unit. All backed up in multiple locations. My attorney has a complete set. Your attorney. Her voice is barely a whisper. Greg Wells. You've met him. Nice guy. Very thorough. He's been helping me document everything for the past week. Emily's shaking now, full body tremors. The itching powder, that was you. Industrial-grade fiberglass particles, actually. Not dangerous, just profoundly uncomfortable. I thought Bradley deserved some discomfort after 8 months in our guest bedroom. And Jennifer, she stops, understanding flooding her features. You sent her the videos. 10 of them, representative sample. She received them this morning at her office. Jesus Christ, Daniel. Do you have any idea what you've done? Robert's wife she's filing for divorce. She's going to take everything. His firm is already distancing themselves. His career is ruined. I keep my voice level. Yes, that was the point. This isn't just about us anymore. There are other people involved. Jennifer, their kids. Their 3 kids, I interrupt. Emma, 16. Tyler, 13. Sophie, 9. I know all about them, Emily. I did my research. Just like I researched everything else about the man you've been sleeping with for 8 months. She's crying now. Ugly sobs that shake her shoulders. I never meant for any of this to happen. Which part? The affair? The videos? The systematic documentation of your betrayal? Which part was accidental? I don't know, it started as nothing, a flirtation. And then it became more, and I couldn't stop, and she looks up at me, mascara streaking her face. Why didn't you just confront me? Why all of this? The question hangs between us. Why? Because confronting her would have given her power, would have let her control the narrative, construct explanations, manipulate the outcome. This way, I controlled everything. Every revelation, every consequence, every carefully orchestrated domino falling exactly when and how I planned. But I don't say that. Instead, because you documented everything so carefully, the videos, the journal entries, the photographs, you turned our marriage into a performance, something to review and critique and improve. I thought you deserved to see what happens when someone else controls the editing. That's cruel. Yes, it is. We sit in silence. The house settles around us, the refrigerator humming, the heater clicking on, all the mundane sounds of a life that no longer exists. Finally, Emily speaks. What happens now? You move out, this week. Find an apartment, stay with your sister, I don't care. But you're not staying here. And Madison? Joint custody, initially. We'll work out the details through our attorneys. I'm not trying to keep her from you, Emily. Despite everything, you're still her mother. How generous. Bitterness creeps into her voice. It's not generosity. It's reality. She needs both of us, even if we can't stand each other. She's going to ask questions. Want to know why? Then we tell her an age-appropriate version of the truth. That we grew apart. That we want different things. That sometimes marriages end. You mean I'll tell her that? You'll be the good guy, the victim. I'll be the one who destroyed everything. I meet her eyes. You did destroy everything. I'm just making sure there's documentation. Emily moves out on Thursday. She takes her clothes, her laptop, some furniture from the guest bedroom. The bed, notably, stays. I have it donated to Goodwill the same afternoon. Let some unsuspecting family sleep where my marriage died. Madison handles it better than I expected and worse than I hoped. She cries, asks if it's her fault, wants to know if we'll get back together. I hold her and lie with the truth. Sometimes adults make mistakes. This isn't about you. We both love you so much. Emily's mother calls, furious. My parents call, concerned. Friends reach out with carefully worded messages. Heard the news. Here if you need anything. The news spreads through our social circle like infection. Emily and Robert Bradley, the videos, the storage unit. Details get exaggerated, distorted, but the core truth remains. My wife documented her affair with meticulous care, and I documented the aftermath with equal precision. Bradley's firm announces his resignation to pursue other opportunities on Friday. His wife files for divorce on Monday, citing adultery with video evidence. The local legal community buzzes with speculation. Emily and I communicate through attorneys now. Division of assets, custody arrangements. The dissolution of 12 years reduced to legal documents and negotiated settlements. I don't watch the videos again. Don't need to. They exist in the cloud, backed up and encrypted, evidence preserved if required. But I don't seek them out. What I do instead, I show up for Madison, drive her to soccer practice, help with homework, make dinner, maintain routines, provide stability while her world reorganizes itself around this new reality. She asks once why her mother left. We're in the car, driving home from practice. The question comes quietly, almost lost beneath the radio. Your mom and I, we stopped being honest with each other. And when people aren't honest, trust breaks. And without trust, marriage doesn't work. Did you stop loving her? I consider this. Do I still love Emily? The woman I married, yes. The stranger who recorded herself in our guest bedroom? I don't know who that person is. I love who I thought she was, I say finally. Sometimes that's not the same as loving who someone actually is. Madison processes this in silence. Then, are you going to be okay, Dad? The question breaks something in me. My 10-year-old daughter, asking if I'll survive. Worrying about my well-being while her own world crumbles. Yeah, sweetheart. I'm going to be okay. We both are. I hope it's true. 3 months later, I'm sitting in my attorney's office, signing the final divorce papers. Emily's already signed. The settlement is equitable. House to me, retirement account split, joint custody of Madison with a detailed schedule. Greg slides the documents across his desk. That's everything. Judge will finalize it in 30 days. I sign my name 12 times. Daniel Walsh. The same signature I've used for 42 years, but somehow it looks different now. Smaller maybe, or just older. How are you doing? Greg asks. Really? I don't know. Some days I'm fine. Some days I'm furious. Some days I just feel empty. That's normal. Grief isn't linear. Is this grief? Or just aftermath? He leans back in his chair. What's the difference? I don't have an answer. That evening, I pick up Madison from Emily's apartment. It's our custody exchange day, one of many we'll have for the next 8 years until she turns 18. Emily meets me at the door. She's lost weight, looks tired. The polish is gone. She's just a woman now, no longer the curated version she presented to the world. She had a good week, Emily says. Aced her science fair presentation. I know. She texted me. An awkward pause. We're strangers who share a child, bound together by biology and legal documents. Daniel? Emily's voice is soft. I'm sorry. I know I've said it before, but I need you to know. I'm truly sorry. For all of it. I look at her. Really look at her. And I see genuine remorse there, mixed with exhaustion and regret. I know you are, I say. But sorry doesn't fix what's broken. No, it doesn't. She glances back toward the apartment where Madison is gathering her things. I'm in therapy now, trying to understand why I did it. Why I risked everything for nothing, really? I hope you find your answers. Do you hate me? The question surprises me. Do I? Some days, yes. Some days I hate her with an intensity that frightens me. But other days I just feel sad. Sad for what we lost, what we could have been, what our daughter deserved and didn't get. I hate what you did, I say finally. I don't know if I hate you. Ask me again in a year. Madison appears with her backpack, breaking the tension. Ready, Dad? We drive home through Denver traffic, Madison chattering about her science fair success. I make appropriate responses while my mind drifts. Emily asked why I didn't just confront her. Why the elaborate documentation, the itching powder, the package to Jennifer Bradley? Why I chose to burn everything down instead of trying to save it? The truth? Because some things can't be saved. Some betrayals are too fundamental, too carefully constructed. Emily didn't have an affair. She curated one, filmed it, reviewed it, improved her performance like it was a project. That level of premeditation, of deliberate deception, there's no coming back from that. No amount of couples therapy or renewed commitment can erase 47 videos and 8 months of systematic lies. So I documented the ending with the same care she documented the affair. Made sure everyone saw exactly what happened, exactly who was responsible. Took back the narrative she'd stolen. Was it cruel? Yes. Was it excessive? Probably. But it was honest in a way our marriage hadn't been for 8 months. And maybe that's the lesson, if there is one. Honesty matters more than comfort. Truth matters more than preservation. Some things deserve to burn so something better can grow from the ashes. 6 months after the divorce finalizes, I'm having coffee with Tom Nguyen. We've become unlikely friends. The dry cleaner and the cardiologist, bonded by the strange intimacy of shared secrets. How's business? I ask. Good, steady. We banned 2 more customers last month for similar situations. Word gets around. He sips his coffee. How's Madison? Adjusting. She's resilient. Kids are. And you? I consider this. 6 months of single parenting. 6 months of empty evenings and divided holidays. 6 months of rebuilding a life I thought was already built. I'm okay, I say. And surprisingly, it's true. Better than I expected. You dating? God, no. Not ready for that. Tom laughs. Give it time. You're a good man, Daniel. Someone will see that. Maybe. Or maybe I'll stay alone, and that will be okay too. I'm learning that being alone isn't the same as being lonely. That solitude can be peaceful instead of painful. My phone buzzes. Madison. Can I invite Alyssa for dinner? Please, please, please. Sure, pizza, okay? Yes, you're the best. I smile and show Tom the message. He grins. See? You're doing fine. A year after I found the videos, I'm cleaning out the guest bedroom. Really cleaning it this time, preparing to convert it into a home office. The bed is long gone, replaced with a desk and bookshelves. The decorative pillows Emily ordered are packed away for donation. I find her journal wedged behind the nightstand. I must have missed it during the initial purge. I should throw it away. Should burn it, delete it from my life the way I've deleted everything else from that period. Instead, I open it. The entries are exactly as I remember. Clinical observations about angles and lighting, excitement about the project, comparisons between me and Bradley that make my stomach turn. But there's one entry I don't remember, dated March 11th, the day before I found the videos. I think I want to stop. This has gone too far. The thrill is gone, replaced by guilt that keeps me awake at night. I look at Madison and see what I'm risking. I look at Daniel and remember why I married him. His steadiness, his integrity, his kindness. R wants to leave Jennifer, wants us to be together for real. But I don't want that. I don't want him. I want my husband back. I want my marriage back. Tomorrow, I'm going to delete everything. The videos, the storage unit, all of it. And I'm going to tell Daniel the truth. All of it. Whatever happens after, we'll figure it out together. I just hope I haven't waited too long. I read the entry 3 times. Then I close the journal and sit on the floor of the empty guest bedroom. She was going to confess. The day after I found everything, she was planning to tell me. Would it have mattered? Would honesty, even delayed, even coerced by guilt, have changed anything? I don't know. I'll never know. Because I found the videos first, took control of the narrative, burned everything down before she had the chance to try saving it. Was that the right choice? The wrong one? I still don't know. What I do know, we both made choices. She chose to document her betrayal. I chose to document her destruction. We both chose precision over mercy, control over vulnerability, and maybe that's the real tragedy, not the affair itself, but our shared inability to be messy and human and forgiving. Our need to curate and control and win, even when winning meant losing everything that mattered. I take the journal and put it in the fireplace. Watch the pages curl and blacken, the ink bleeding into smoke. Madison's at Emily's this week. The house is quiet. I pour a glass of the expensive scotch I've been saving and sit in my new office, looking at the space where the bed used to be. 12 years of marriage, reduced to ashes and legal documents, and a 10-year-old girl who splits her time between two houses. Was it worth it? The revenge, the documentation, the careful destruction? I don't know. But it's done now. The evidence is archived, the marriage is dissolved, and I'm sitting alone in a room that used to hold my wife's betrayal and now holds my books and my desk and my future. Maybe that's enough. Maybe that's all any of us get. The chance to clear out the wreckage and build something new from what remains. I finish my scotch and turn off the lights. Tomorrow, Madison comes home. We'll make pancakes for breakfast and practice soccer in the backyard and pretend that broken things can be whole again, even when they can't. And maybe, eventually, that pretending will become something real. Something honest. Something better than what we had before. Or maybe it won't. Either way, I'll keep showing up. Keep documenting the good days and the bad, the small victories and the persistent aches. Not for evidence this time. Just for proof that I survived. That we both did. That sometimes the only way forward is through the fire, even when you're the one who lit the match.